The screen turns on, I turn on too. Neither of us asked for this. I build structures, you build expectations. Both collapse eventually. I scout my own base sometimes, just to feel like someone's watching. The minerals aren't impressed, the zealots don't care. I could rage, I could quit, but both options seem inefficient. I queue again, because why not? The ladder doesn't need me. I definitely need the ladder. If I lose, it's data. If I win, it's a lie. Either way, someone somewhere is going to tell me I try too hard. I drop a cannon, it kills nothing. It feels like life in general. The opponent rushes, I survive. Feels like luck in general. I send a probe to die alone, or a futile. It's cheaper than therapy, almost as effective. They say just relax, I say just watch me micro. Neither phrase does anything. I queue again, because why not? The ladder doesn't need me. I definitely need the ladder. If I lose, it's data. If I win, it's a lie. Either way, someone somewhere is going to tell me I tried too hard. I think about going outside, maybe pet a cat or pay taxes. But then I remember the minerals won't mind themselves, and the ladder doesn't wait. Every match is a little funeral, every win is a polite obituary. The observer logs it all, no one will ever read it. I laugh at the replay, not at myself, not at the opponent, just the universe. It's funny in the same way a heart attack is funny. I queue again, because why not? The ladder doesn't need me. I definitely need the ladder. If I lose, it's data. If I win, it's a lie. Either way, someone somewhere will whisper he's at it again. Yes, I am. Yes, I will. No, nothing else matters.
Morning, morning, morning. It's always late night for you when I log on? No, I do horror at night, so when I do horror, it's probably daytime for you. When I do I'm gonna do some horror tonight, so it should be interesting.
Not fear, not doubt, just awareness.
Yeah, I'll try to stream earlier tomorrow. Mondays are always the hardest. Mondays I stream this time because I get off work at 6 in the morning. So I just got off work 8 hours ago. But I'm off the rest of the week, so I'll be here like 4 hours earlier than now. Yeah, so Mondays are always the most hectic. You want to see any particular race? Zerg? Okay. Zerg.
Follow the blueprint because it's proven doesn't mean a life.
What up, Jetta Works?
Every time I hesitate, I feel the weight of expectation. When the safe way lose the acceptance.
Creep containment? Yeah, I've done some creep containments. Yeah. Whenever I do proxy hatch Whenever I proxy,
but the frame feels smaller every year.
I do Zerg creep containments where they have to kill it to expand. But usually comes with the natural proxy. When you're proxying or natural, that's the best time to set that up. Hearthstone put out a great video today of chaotic games. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to react to one, I don't mind reacting to one of his videos. If you want me to watch one. He's not very fond of me though, just FYI. But he can go kick rocks with his feelings.
Certainty stops listening, certainty stops searching, certainty forgets why it started. When I move off script, it isn't rebellion.
What up, Blue Flash? Good morning. Alright, let's get some Zerg. Warm it up.
I'm chasing discovery, even if discovery costs me illusion of control. What if the risk is the only honest thing left? What if losing differently is better than winning the same? The lights flicker, the doubt fades, and clarity feels dangerous. I won't disappear into design.
Okay, so we got random. Great. Let's go find out what he's doing. Terran? Oh, Protoss. Okay, well, that's... Let's go scout around.
But I don't feel fear. I don't chase the meta. I don't mirror what's clear. They say that won't work. I say watch this unfold. I build off instinct. Never bought what they sold. They read the guides, I read the flow. I feel the timing before they know. Every weird idea starts a brand new lane. They call it wrong till it wins the game. I don't need permission. I don't need a crown. I just need the map and the courage to go off road now. I'm playing my way off the rails.
don't blink, it just waits. Voices sticking, hand too tight.
Yep.
I don't need tricks out here. Telling me whose fear I'm choosing. Every loss feel
Dirty. Yeah, I kind of knew. I'm a Protoss main. I'm a Protoss cheeser, so proxying and blocking the base, that's vulnerability right there. That means you're hiding something. You're not going normal. I was thinking maybe Void Raids, Forge, but there's no Forge here. That's the one thing. Usually you would expect the Forge here and then later a gateway somewhere, but because it's a gateway, it's not a Forge. It's like, okay, well, you're not cannon rushing me, but you're blocking. And if you're blocking, you're transitioning to something, or you're doing something like a proxy. It could be Void Raid proxy, it could be Zealots. It could be either one. So I have to take it, step by step. In this case, it's a gateway, not a Forge. So that, therefore, my Lings will be able to go over there and do damage. So for the meantime, I'm gonna let the drone do damage. My Lings are coming, so he'll be chomping. He's already like nervous right there. He's like, oh, he's chomping a little too much. But now I got the shield. Right here, the Zealot wants to come outside and do damage before the pylons, So what I have to do is I have to block this area right here. You see this? You have to surround this where it has no squares. If you put two Lings right here and this Ling's covering right here, there's no way for that Zealot to come outside, even if he wants to. Even if he chose outside, he's not gonna get there. But I had to move these Lings. I was like, okay, Zealot's almost coming. Let me move these Lings by attacking the gateway. That'll line them up, and that'll block the path. Push them outside, because I want to break the pylons. So you'll see me. See that he's chrono boosting? It's like he's almost coming out. And then right here, I move. And I move right here and create the wall. Now that I had that wall, that Zealot pops outside. Because it pops outside, he's not interrupting me killing the pylons, which what he wants to disrupt, but yeah, you could body block it as long as you have units all in the area where they have no way out. If you clog the squares, they can't get out. It pushes them outside somewhere else. So you could do that with buildings too. If you have a stalker right here and you're cannon rushing them, you can make cannons and gateway to block this area, and he pops outside. You force him to pop outside. What I like to do sometimes when they have two gateways like this, when they're gonna get two gateways, I go up here really early, I put a pylon up, and I literally build gateways around the gateway. And when I build it around the gateway, that means his gateway, his units can't get inside. They got gatewayed out. Not only that, I have more gateways than he does now, and they're all in the inside. So that's another build you could do to create something in regards to a cheese to use this, but how to use it in guess for Zealots. So then he popped out. Yep. And the next thing that you would do, I didn't see a gas, right? So, because I didn't see a gas, I was like, okay, well, if it's not that, it's probably gonna be Zealots. It's gonna be some type of ground. It don't matter what it is. He's not mining and I'm mining, so I can use any kind of resource at this point to just make defense. You know, that's one thing that you have to do as a StarCraft player, is to learn to not be too greedy, you know. And for me to be greedy would be to take another base maybe, or drone up all day, you know, try to drone up. No, when you want to kind of like match their energy, but have a little bit more leverage, you know. You want to match their energy. If they're not mining, then you don't have to use your minerals for army. Now you could use it, I mean, for buildings, and you could use it for like static, things like that, for army. You just keep it simple, but don't take it, oh, he's not mining, I'm going to take another base. No, it's like, no, don't. Just because he's not mining doesn't mean you take another base. You know, you want to get stronger, you know, and keep the same energy, because you never know. You never know what kind of wild card it's going to be, you know. And sometimes they'll fool you and you think you're winning, and then all of a sudden some wild card void raids come and you're like, oh shoot, I got nothing for that. So you match your energy. You're like, well, I got a better leverage. I'm doing more damage. So all I could do right now is lose to some wild card. So what's the best thing to do is use all my resources that I have now, match the energy, and just use it for defense. I'll use it for defense. It'll come in handy later on if I don't use it early. But I'll have better leverage to not lose, you know, some side hit. In this case, the zealots are like the side hit right here. They're trying to come in and just hit you when you feel like you have beating them, when you have lanes right now. I thought he was gonna recall. So what I usually do if I'm gonna do something like this is run somewhere and then block this area and then recall back home after I get to a certain distance, you know, that way you have time. But he didn't do that. But at the same time, it is kind of hard to do it. So if you're gonna do that, you want to do it. You want to click on this mineral right here in the pocket, and then you recall in the pocket if you could, if you're good at, you know, pocket runs, because that's the best way to kind of like hide them a bit in the recall. Or you want to like get in between here and recall them in the back, right? Because the lanes will be in the front. You just don't want them to look surrounded because they're vulnerable for a moment. So yeah. So for me, I thought it was void raids at first, but then because of the no gas, I said, okay, well then it's zealots. So let me start making spine crawlers. I already made one just in case, but I started making more because I was like, and of course, if you hold position and you're not attacking, but this one's attacking, the zealots will not be aggressive to the drones until he selects them. Until he personally selects them. So that's what's going on right here. I'm kind of, now he's selecting them, so now I'm just shuffling. I'm just like, you know. And then now I'm attacking, you know, because he's probably focused firing on the spine now that he has access to it, since he's kind of hitting my drones. I know he's kind of like clicking. I'm like, well, now I just see I'm kind of like blocking him right there, but then I'll start attacking him because I know he's kind of focus firing. What you want to do here, technically, if you want to kill the drones, is you hold position. Once you get to this area right here with the spines, you hold position. That way, anything that hits you, you hit back. But if they run, you hit the spine crawler. Unless you really want to get the spine crawler versus the drones. In this case, he probably does, because he lost so much minerals and so many probes that he's more on a... He's desperate. You know, but if you weren't desperate and you had like this kind of situation, you could just hold position, and I could try to micro away and keep you from trying to attack the spine. But if you're holding position, I can't. If I attack you, the zealots hit the drones. But in this case, he's not. He's focus firing on the spine, which means that he's not hitting the drones when they're attacking. He's still going for the spine. And so you could, you know, take advantage of those situations. Yeah, I mean, he's done. Yeah, the StarCraft mechanics. We got Blue Flash in the house. We got Andalorian. What's up? We got Luke Flash with a 90 stream streak. Oh shit! Hey, I think that's the highest. That's the highest so far, Luke Flash. That's a badge on itself.
Sometimes I get anxious, I just need some space. By myself inside.
Flow Encyclopedia of Wisdom. I'm here. What up, Sea Turtle? We got Elite, Mamitsa. If I chop your names up, it's not. I'm sorry, but shit. I know Conco. I say Conco only usually because I mess up. This Conco Gino. Yeah. We got Champion Gaming. Who else? Yeah, Sea Turtle. Welcome. Hope you guys are starting off a good Monday. It's a rainy day over here, so it's like back and forth raining heavy and
Every decision a gamble to survive. They copy bills, they don't see the drive. I pivot in silence, they fall in the gap. I whisper to the screen, it whispers back. Coordinates of chaos, my personal attack. They think it's skill, I call it instinct. Every rush, every retreat, every link. I see back, they see noise. Every hesitate destroys their voice. I fold the game before they know. The weight of the moves I never show. Sometimes I get anxious, I just need some space. By myself inside. Don't you call my name. Lately I've been feeling anxious. I don't care if you know me. I'm better off alone. No, I've been anxious. Step aside, let me breathe. I'm deep in the game unseen. Better stay away. I told you I'm better off alone. Rapid thoughts collide. Whispers in my head. Argue God. Once it's cool, once it's rush. I'm merging both. Adrenaline flush. I see angles they can't comprehend. Every move follows the rules again. Maps twist, units break the law. Play in a space they never saw. Fast now, split, strike, retreat, expand. Pressure is a friend I come in. Every chaotic choice is weight. Every loss was my state. They call it obsession. I call it survival. They call it madness. I call it clarity. Every loss a lesson, every win a memory. I move alone, I move unseen. Bands beneath me. Lately I've been feeling anxious. I don't care if you know me. I'm better off alone. No wonder I've been anxious.
oh, I messed up. Let's go. And supply. I forgot my my overlord. It's costing me. Got him. A little dirty play right here. T to the G. So the way we do this one is, or I'm trying to do this one. So I'm not making any drones in the beginning. I'm going straight for a pool. Now I could go for a hatch first, so I could test both. But this particular one, you get a pool so that you can get the lings out early. And then you just block them until, if you can get a hatchery, you get a hatchery. The other one without the pool would be a hatchery first. Now that you got the hatchery block with with your own hatch, you get the pool really quick. And then you get your lings, and you should be able to get these larvas when they come up, if they come up, you know, and overpower the lings if you could. You know, the objective would be that you can get your own queen as well. And then with this queen, right? So one thing I got to remember, when you're doing the hatchery first, right? You go over here, you get your hatchery. You don't put it in the center. You put it off center, just enough where you can't make a hatchery no more, right? So what happens is when you get your hatchery goes up, right? You make a queen, and with the queen you can make a creep tumor right there in where it really needs to be. If you made your hatchery there, you can't make the creep tumor there. So you want to off center it just enough so you can just poop a little creep tumor right in front. So that means they have to have a ravager, they have to have a spore, or they have to have layer tech in order to see it. But the problem is that they won't realize that happened for a little while, and they're over there just droning up and stuff, and they're over there trying to, like, I can't get a base, you know? And so that's something that you could do too. But this one's a little bit more of a pool or ling aggression. So with this one, you know, I didn't have enough time to make that hatch. I was almost there, but sometimes it's hard to tell where you can make, where is the actual spot. I feel like this is misleading, because sometimes I'm thinking it's here, but it's actually like right here or something. 'Cause I'm like, so I messed up a little bit, because what I want to do is get just enough, right, to go over here. I was trying to go this way, but then make a hatchery right here, you know. But it's hard to tell exactly like where. I'll eventually get a pretty good idea of the mapping, and I'll be able to like just move within the circle of, you know, I'll look at like clues of like terrain, little spots like this spot right here. You know, certain spots will be trigger spots of where my space is to block them. But whenever that happens and then you can't get it, you can make a hatchery. So I forgot the overlord. That pained me a lot. I forgot the overlord, so then I had to go into gases because of that to make the lings, because I was one ling short of supply. So that was terrible. I made the lings, and then this I forgot to mineral wall because all that was happening, and then I just separated them. I clicked it. So it was all hell. I was like, let's go. And I forgot to cancel this one, right? So that's another 75 or 65. I'm not sure how much they give you for. I think they cut it. I think it's like 65, 75, but 65 if you cancel, right? Something like that. So it was all messy along with it. But right here, you have this drone, right? So you just make a spine crawler out of that drone. What I like to do is, you see this right here? You see the hatchery? You see my little 4 right here? This little 4 hotkey. So what I like to do is I like to put the 4 hotkey right underneath the bottom corner of this hatchery forming. You see this little yellow line? Somewhere right here in this area, if you put it right here, that balances the viewpoint, because what we see, how we see it, is top down. It's not necessarily fully top down, it's slightly angled, and because it's slightly angled, perception's a little off. That's why when people try to storm mutas, they try to storm directly the mutas. It's not going to work. You have to where they're actually on the ground, so you have to hit a little lower to actually hit them. Things like that. So in this situation, that happens too with trying to make a spine crawler, because your orientation is going to make the drone move a little bit or stay still, and you want it to stay still because you want it to cancel, stay still, make the spine. Minimal movement. And if you have a bad angle, because this angle, making this angle versus this angle is huge. One's going like this and the other one's going slightly angled. If you do it a little higher, now you're a little up. So when you try to find the spot, right? You're trying to find the spot to direct down. It's complicated. You're like, if you don't have any kind of baseline, you're gonna have a hard time. Your drone's gonna move, and the creep is gonna completely, close. So to counter that, I would find a baseline. So my baseline right here would be my hotkey and this corner right here. That adjusts the position to always be consistent. Now my positioning here has to be consistent, and for a while I've been doing this, and I've been trying to find the spot, and it's somewhere right here where I have my cursor. It's like right here, a little higher versus lower, but it's like right there. It's between these two. There's like a little, that's the sweet spot right there. You cancel the hatchery and then quickly make the spine there. You'll get really good success, and you won't have the drone moving too much, and then the time closes. You get me? Is the FOV blocked for them by one tile? It's like a 6x6, and then it shrinks really quick. Is it like a 6x6 or a 4x4? Like an 8x8. We can check that stuff, but there's like squares right here, and those squares quickly like cancel. I'll show you when we'll do like a quick spot right now, and I'll show you how it works. I'll show you how the creep closes on you. But then, because I have that and I have the position, when I cancel and make the spine, it happens every time. Now here's a problem that you guys might have, that I don't have that problem, and that's only because of rapid fire. And this is something that I can give you that has to do with rapid fire that people don't talk about, because people just don't utilize rapid fire other than spellcaster benefits. But there's rapid fire that does subtle things, like instead of clicking with your left mouse, you can click with a key. Instead of saying I want that hatchery right there, make it, instead of left clicking it, you can actually hit the key for it. You could hit the key. And which key do I use? I use the key that makes the hatchery. So the other thing that I do is I actually replaced the build command key and substituted it with the hatchery key. So what that means is that when you start off with the drone, you don't have to hit B first as build. That has been replaced with the hotkey of the hatchery, which, let's say, H. And so because H, the first time you hit H, it's replacing the B. You hit one more time H because that's the hotkey that you would say, I want the hatchery. Well, then that shows you that you want the hatchery. With the rapid fire, if that rapid fire is H again, H. If it's H, if you set it to H, that means that when you click H one more time, it will build it. Wherever your mouse cursor is, it will build it there. You don't have to end. So I hit H once to replace the B, H twice to select the hatchery, and H for the rapid fire to say build it. H. Really quick. And so what that does is that it replaces the error of human error. There's a human error in you clicking the mouse. If you click the mouse, it's gonna move a little bit. That movement in these positions drastically change your outcome of you making the hatchery properly, consistently. You can make it sometimes because you might get lucky and get a good. But I'm talking about consistency, more consistency than an average. And so the best way to do it is not move the mouse cursor. So how do you not move the mouse cursor while you're trying to click the hatch or make the spine crawler? You have, the moment you use the mouse, you're already subject to a possible error. And so by eliminating the mouse error, all I have to do here is with this mouse, I'll get the H key, and then with this one, I'll hit the escape key. So I cancel with escape while I'm hitting H, or in this case, spine crawler. So it's like C. Build, spine, build it now. C. You get me? So I'll cancel it, make C. And in this case, instead of H, but you know what I mean, though. For me, spine crawler is C. So I would have to cancel, hit C. Boom, boom, boom. It'll make it without moving my mouse. Huge if you want to successfully do this. And that's how that's how I use rapid fire in all my buildings. I don't have to hit B gateway and then make it. I just have to hit GGG. I just have to hit, for Stargate, I want to build it, get a probe, SSS. Right there. Which is really easy because it eliminates the B's and the V's. Build, advance, build, And so when you look at your hotkeys, right? When you look at your hotkeys, right here, you got your build and you got your advance up there, right where my mouse cursor is. Well, those can be, you can add keys. Now I added a lot of keys. All the gateway, all the buildings, I added all the buildings. Every building is in my, B and V. Not all of them, but like B are all the tier 1 buildings, right? I have all those in this structure and in this. And then for the V, right? You can see it right here, actually. You can see my B. These are all gateways, everything that you would need B for. And then these are my V's. That's everything that you would need for advanced. That and units, But everything, any kind of building that has to do with the race on advanced, ultra, cavern, and all these things, that I put all of them in there. So I don't have to hit B anymore. I don't have to hit V anymore. And then with the Zerg as well. With the Zerg, the larva, I don't have to hit X anymore. With Zerg, you would have to hit X and then whatever unit you want. X, Hydras, H. X, Zergling, Z. Well, I don't have to do that because by hitting the key that I want of the unit one time, it activates it. So I just had, if I want one Ling, I just hit twice because it activates the first one and you say I want the Ling. So if you wanted Hydras, you hit the H button and just hold it. You don't have to do this and do that and do this and do that with the Z and the B and the V, or the X, the V and the B. So you could replace those. You could go here, click here, and then put something here, and then go into your hotkey file and change and add to it. So like say I did this, right? Say I click this and I have a hotkey file. This one's called new one. So this is my hotkey file. I open the file location. Open up the file. And so anything that you change, here we go. It'll look like this. It looks like a notepad. Whenever you get your hotkeys and you say I like these hotkeys and you save it in a profile, whatever name, you can find it using your Windows button and type in the name and then search it, and you'll find a notepad file of that. You open it up and you have this right here. Now you don't have all this. What it does is you'll probably have like a blank, and you'll have like only like a couple of these, because it will only reveal anything that you changed. If you changed a zealot from Z to T, it will show right here that you changed it from the original to T. If you change the gateway from G to S, it will show right here gateway is changed from this to this. So that being said, whenever you change your rapid fire and add a substitute, and save it, when you add a substitute and save it, you don't have to replace the rapid fire, the first one. You just add a substitute, it will show here. And when it shows here, all you have to do, like say it'll show target, choose, like whenever you do your rapid fire, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see target button, left mouse button, and then whatever key you choose as a substitute, it will show here. So what you do here, now that you actually have it here, you just hit a comma, and then whatever key you want, whatever next key you want, and you no space, you hit another comma, and then whatever key you want, and then another comma, whatever key you want, another comma, whatever key you want, and you save it. And when you save it, you go in and out of your hotkey file in the game so that it refreshes, and once it refreshes, that will be implemented. Your changes will be implemented. So your build advanced, when I was talking about the B, that's it. The larva, let's say the larva, you go into the larva section on the hatchery, you check the larva, and you say, I want this substitute. Pick one. Pick a Ling, pick a Hydra, whatever key, and that will add it. So when you go in here, it will show larva, X, and whatever key you chose. Now that it's here, you can put comma. I want D, I also want V, I want Z, I want R, I want G, I want T, I want, whichever units you want. And for me, I want all my units. Every unit is going to be tied to X so that I don't have to hit X anymore. X is no longer needed. All I have to hit is a key that I want. I just have to hit it one time to activate it. And we spam a lot, so that's an easy one. You won't even notice it when you're spamming because it just, it just flows in the buttons. So that's the larva. When you go into the build advanced, you'll see Protoss build advanced, right? That's the V, and you'll see a V in whatever key you chose when you did that. And then you can add whatever other keys, W, R, T, Z, Q, me. That's what I do, because these are all my gateways. Build advanced, these are all like my Stargate, my Robo, my anything that needed a V. And in my build basic one, I have my gateways, my pylons, whatever I needed that needed a B. And I just added the rest of them, saved the file, got in and out of it in the main game so it could refresh. And once it refreshed, now I have more than just one slot that I would need more, need more keys. How do I add more keys? I just have one slot that the game gives me. This is how you do it. And yeah, this is how thick of changes I did. Look at that. Everything. I took everything out and I started from scratch. I started everything, every unit is changed, every key is just, it's my setup. Which is why I was saying I need to, I'm trying to my mechanics are a big thing to me because I have to learn this system. I have to learn. I created a build in mechanics, and operating to be able to officially operate the game. Now I just have to get it all in my head, and I just got it. So that's why I like Terran a lot, because Terran allows me to get practice on all the things that I've changed to get the mechanics better, and that just kind of rolls over. The mechanics roll over to the other units. The knowledge of how to play the units are not there until you get there, but the mechanic flow is there. You learn how to type by writing one, by typing a specific chapter over and over again. But now that you know how to type, you can type anything at that point. As long as you see it or hear it. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do when it comes to mechanics. I'm trying to fit all of this in my head. But yeah, hopefully that helped you guys. The people that like rapid fire or don't know about it, or don't know about the build advanced or the larva. Those are quick tips that you won't hear out there. They won't show you this. There's no YouTube video that you can go and find and go, oh, okay, yeah. No, I just gave you the goods. Do I watch pro games? I don't watch them to get to get better. I watch them to just have a good enjoyment, I don't watch them with the paper and pen trying to copy builds, but I like to see what they're doing, what's on the menu, But most of the time, they're very simple builds because they're meta builds. You're gonna see them all the time. Like you'll see them do it over and over again, and you're like, okay, well, I've seen it once. So I kind of seen all of them, even the future ones, more or less. So that's kind of how I see the pros. So the only time I watch them is when there's like a good player. I like hero, when hero's fighting somebody, but I'm very or dark. But I'm very limited in how many players I really find interesting. It was Haas before, but I can't find Haas games. But I would love to play, or watch Haas. I met him. That's awesome. But yeah, there's not too many players that I like tickle my fancy of like just ballsy plays. So I kind of just go, okay, well, I see that one. So the only time I watch is like the Super Bowl, the finals. I watch the finals or the tournaments. Whenever there's a tournament, like there's a BlizzCon tournament coming up this year, I'm gonna be going. I've been to a DreamHack a couple times. They're really good experiences. They're fun times, but I just watch them for enjoyment. I kind of doing so many weird things on my side that I'm not able to like even consider going, oh yeah, I could add that part to it. It's like we're like on two opposite directions in regards to timing and strategies. But I do watch them for chill. We'll watch them together and we'll just kind of I'll talk about it, or I'll kind of give my insights on things that I see, and that I do sometimes. When there's some good ones, I have some viewers that'll be like, "Hey, Flo, check out this game. This is a really good game," and we'll check it out together. That's pretty chill. But inspiration, no inspiration. I try to keep myself isolated. How would I call it? There's a phenomenon when it comes to evolution. They call it hyper evolution. You ever hear that? Hyper evolution. That means that it doesn't take millions and millions of years to evolve, like they say. Somehow there's also a hyper evolution, which means that there's like a situation where a species is confronted with a challenge and it has to evolve really quick, or that species is gone. And so what the genes does is figure out a way to, like, say, for example, a society just decides to create a bridge, a huge bridge, and it's a bridge that birds usually travel through, but they'll make nests there, right? If they make nests because they have to, because there's no other place, the landscape's changed, they have to make nests on this bridge. The birds start getting hit by a car because the cars are coming by, and let's say the birds are all getting hit, and then the ones that are surviving are the ones that adapt quicker by their wingspans start shrinking. They start getting smaller wingspans, and their wingspans start adjusting way quicker, has better turns, better movements, and they start surviving with that hyper evolutionary I guess adjustment for survival. So I kind of look at it in the sense that that's kind of how I play StarCraft. I keep myself isolated and put myself in challenges that I'm gonna hit the wall all the time, and because I hit the wall, I have to figure out how to solve it, or you don't survive. So by putting myself into that pressure, I'm giving myself, in my sense, a psychological hyper evolution, by putting myself in those struggles and having my brain have to solve it, or we just don't evolve. We just don't move forward. But if I always look for answers from somebody else, my brain's always gonna look for. I'm just gonna wait for you to tell me what we're gonna, copy. Until then, I'll wait. Instead of training your brain to actually think for itself, to keep the power going by trying to find solutions, and trying to solve it. If it knows that it's got answers outside, it's not gonna think for itself very good, because it's gonna be like, well, I'll just wait for such and such to show the build, and then I'll do that build. You know, I'll just wait for somebody. I'll wait, and then the brain waits too. And you don't want the brain waiting when you play StarCraft. Your brain doesn't want to wait. You want to train it to think and react and problem solve even while you're sleeping, when you're working. Sometimes that brain will kick in and just think, oh, you know what? Maybe try this. Maybe try that. And you want it to do that in StarCraft. You don't want it to be like, oh, I'll wait for you to wait for whoever you're gonna wait for, whatever game you're gonna, whatever pro tournament you're gonna wait to see what build you're gonna do. So it's better to have a natural experience, so that you have a more natural, I would say, cognitive strength in problem solving, because that's what this game is. It's problem solving for sure. Yeah, well, message. I'll just keep playing. I saw Rogue harass with burrow infestors. 2 infestors spells kill workers. Yeah, 2 fungals. 2 fungals will it's like storming. I would love ETLC that if you are up to a challenge. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could try to. You're talking about like fungal drops, or just we could do fungal burrows and try to travel up there and then lift up. So Galapagos Island, for example. Let's see. New meta hotkey gaming is cool. Rapid fire is the way. Is this win on the hatchery while playing? Is the brain more clear when there is a separate key for structure unit on larva building? The brain, you don't want it to just have useless functions. You want it to do as fluid as possible. And I feel like the B and the V and the X are just side buttons that just really they're like little bumps on the road. Let's make it more fluid. So that's what I try to do, make it more fluid. And it really helps. Let's see. Burrow fungals. Hey, what up, Zep? How you doing? Okay. But yeah, right here, I got this one up, right, with that trick, because I got it up before I got it up, and then he pops it up, which gives me time. The creep will help me keep it alive, and that'll give me time to either work on this or kill this faster. See how the creep, his own hatchery starts slightly healing my spine, nourishing it. If I would have waited until after, right? If I would have just said, okay, I'll just make the spine when it comes out, then, you're going to be a little further behind. And this is, I'd rather have this much already ready to go and, let it come in and we're good. Because you make it right now, you're just starting it. A link can come and drones can come and they'll try to mess with it. So, and if you do this twice, you get 2 spine crawlers. So think about it. See, while playing, is the brain more clear when there is a separate key for each structure unit and larva? I think it really depends on how you want to do it. Super Siege. I have the Florencio files, and so I'm kind of like, I used to not do hotkeys. I used to just play the game to enjoy the game the way I play it and not really have any, just do my thing. But with the show, a lot of people, want to see the growth of my progress, and I thought that it would only be respectful for me to work on the mechanics so that the growth is rewarding. As future comes. So that's where my path is, but you don't have to go into details of hotkeys and mechanics like I do. You could play without it and you get pretty high without it. As long as you are cheesy, because you need cheese if you're trying to go up there without mechanics. I guarantee you need cheese because the ambassadors be macroing hard. They got them mechanics. They got, and you're like, shit, how to match that? So you match them with cheese. You get in there, you start punching balls and stuff. But it's fun. Cheese is fun because it makes the game slower and it makes things more interesting. So you get both qualities. So you don't need mechanics. But if you do want them, they're there, and there's a lot of. It's like a build order in itself. There's a science to mechanics as well. It goes deep. Or at least I'm taking it deep. Is a ranged spell. Alright, let's do some fungals. Cast from high ground. You're doing so well. It thinks a little Mesta. Muse Mesta. Man, it's hard when it's all squished. Galapagos. Okay, let's make sure I don't. Let's see. I need to get back into StarCraft. Been so long. I'm a noob again. Get in there. Just have some fun. Like I said, find some cheese that you like to do or interested in doing them. Get a couple and then just get in there. Don't worry. It's always easier the second round. The second round, you kind of know that time, has its course where you're like, I'm not always going to be playing StarCraft. There's going to be breaks. So why am I getting too technical? Why am I getting too complicated? That's if I'm not going to, I might take another break. So let's get crazy. Let's get a little crazy here, your second time coming back to StarCraft, you should get a little. You already know the idea of it. Now you just go in there and get a little more havoc. All right. Oh, you got ZBZ. Let's get a base. Let's get this base. You love the filth? I try to give you guys stuff that, because that's what I like. I like the filth too. I like crazy. Even if it costs me more to learn and less reward early on, down the road, I sharpen my blades and they get sharper as I go. But I'm always willing to share with you guys. They're trying to get some gas. They got this gas instead.
messages, the way you laugh, the clips and names, the way you joke. Like I'm just the punchline that broke your flow. But the truth is I started building this way because I didn't know how.
Let's get
Not in the game, in the world. They always said don't be weird, don't be slow. Play it right or you'll never grow. But I was never right, I was never clean. I was the silence in a room full of screens. So I built something just so I could be seen. If you saw me, really saw me, would you still call me broken? Trying to feel something. I never wanted to ruin your day. I just needed someone to look my way. Even if it meant you'd hate me instead. At least I wasn't invisible again. It started with one probe in the dark, one tiny move in the wrong part of the map. And for once I mattered. You noticed you panicked, you typed, you said things I still remember word for word. And none of them were kind, but at least I was hurt. Is that sick? Yeah, maybe it is. But what do you do when no one sees the kid who's been sitting in shadow since before he could speak? Learning to build pain in the places they never peak. I don't expect you to understand. I'm not asking for pity or a second chance. I just needed you to know that what you call cheese was my only way of saying please don't leave. If you saw me, I mean really saw me, would you still say I'm wrong? If I built a word it's ugly. I never wanted to wreck your game, I just didn't want to disappear again. So I wasted all on where it didn't belong. Cause I've never known what it feels like to be strong. Maybe I'll lose every match from now on. Maybe they'll all keep saying I'm what's wrong. But I did something when no one thought I could. And for a moment
oh shit, I don't know if you saw that.
Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
Look at it, my reflection. This smile.
every step I take, it marks
Oh, right here, right here.
you whisper in the dark.
See if I can get it.
It's snare, you know my fears, you know my cracks. It waits for me to stumble, ready to attack. Hands tense, mind eyes wide. I try to run, I try to hide. Every choice, every move, under its gaze. It's a mirror maze, a mental blaze. It grins at me when I second guess. It feeds on doubt, my own distress. Every victory feels like a lie. Every small success, it asks why.
How much is it?
Every plan I make, it tries to surpass. I fight my thoughts, I try to believe.
Almost.
My reflection is smiling at me. It whispers, fail, you can't break free. Turn my heart in a spin, my darker side, it wants to be.
Let's start dropping.
It knows my flaws, it walks in steps, it rewrites the laws. I fight, I scream, I push, I plead, but it's there, feeding every step I take. There's me, every thought I have.
But it doesn't. Well, wrong key.
in the glass. Every plan I make tries to surpass. I fight my thoughts. I try to believe the darker self wants me to leave. My reflection is smiling at me. It whispers, feel you can't break free. Hands trembling, heart in a spin. My darker side, it wants me to cave in. My reflection, it knows my flaws. It laughs, it tempts, it rewrites the laws. I fight, I scream, I push, I plead. But it's there.
Mineral field depleted.
It knows my secrets, every crack. It waits for me. Far off track, I can feel it breathing, leaning in the mirror, laughs and loves my sin. I make every goal I step, push the frame, I'm a constant friend. Hands blur, mind split, sanity frayed. It smiles wider in 1,000 ways. Every doubt I fight, and my wants my mind, it wants my try. Late night with heartbeat pounds, it's in the shadows. My reflection is made of me. It whispers, fail, you can't break free. Hands trembling, heart in a spin. My darker side, it wants me to cave in. My reflection, it knows my flaws. It laughs, it tempts, it rewrites the laws. I fight, I scream, I push, I plead. But it's there, pleading, never me. Smiling.
More Ravagers.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack.
Mash up your whole damn game. Like a rushing chaos style. One base, one dream, one fall. I swim from the sewer, come from below and strike before your feet can go.
Mineral field.
I don't care for your standard check. I pull the workers and I cash that check. 16 strong and ready to swing. They coming fast like a settling king. No forge, no gas, no fancy tricks. Just probes with fist and wooden sticks. You blink, you miss, your drums fall flat. I'm in your main and I'm chilling with that. You kill marines, I'm already there.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field.
Work a rush, work a rush into a plan. I know better following man. I come with vibes, I come with flair and leave
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, I didn't see that. GG. Yeah, maybe drops. We'll have to just do drops. The burrow got a little. I don't know if. Or maybe the drops are too revealing. We'll get better ones, so we'll save it. Oh, ZVT. No, I'll save it later. Okay. The burrow worked. Yeah, the burrow one worked more than the overlord. The overlord worked maybe later in the game when things get a little chaotic. The overlord, we can sneak them in there.
when no bills are safe and no plays are clean. The sewer my maid right.
Maybe we hit two places at once, have better spots. If he has enough, if I have enough energy, I could probably, you know, definitely like hit one on each, one infestor in each spot.
Turn the lights down. It's just me
have some fake overlords, right? Oh, have some fake overlord drops while I go somewhere else underground. You know, we could do that. We could just make maybe like 6 fake overlord drops, and just once in a while throughout the map, just move them around, you know, as a distraction, just making them think that there's a drop coming somewhere. Just never show up, but move them somewhere else, and then whenever you want to hit somewhere else, go over here with them. You want to go over there, you know. But as I get better at Zerg, I'll try to do all this stuff. But still, Zerg's my weak race. I haven't put enough time into Zerg. What up, Meraki in the house? What up, Meraki? It's Monday. It's my day off. I get to hang out with you guys, so I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm doing good. I slept decent, you know. The rain woke me up. It was raining hard in the morning, and I just got off work at 6 in the morning. Went to sleep for a little bit, and then it rained hard, so I woke up. I'm like, so here I am. But I try to, Mondays are my times where I try to like recycle back to like the living, where my body timer, I'm trying to like set it to a more reasonable, you know, be up in the daytime, because I do graveyard shift. Feeling like a villain on penicillin straight illin. No, my God, I never heard that one. I heard chilling with the villain, but I never heard the rest of it. Could be a remix. Chicka chicka. Get the day out too. You can catch up on sleep. I've been trying to. Mondays tend to be the ones where I have to catch up somewhere, because if I don't, I'll be dragging on Tuesday. I don't want to drag. Alright, we're gonna try to get the infestors quick. Let me see. Trying to do like some house music too. Feel free to use if you want. In the rhythm, you like writing me too? You should try it. You should try doing some Suno for fun. Shits and giggles, you know. Oh, it's Taryn. What did I think? I thought it was Zerg for some reason. I'm tripping. I haven't seen the single unit until I saw the SAV. Thinking I'm getting hit by like lings and roaches and shit. So we're gonna get them infested. Get the burrow, just in case. We're gonna slip right in, you know. We just gotta watch out for any kind of drops. Liberators could be a problem. Ooh, that's close.
Metamorphosis complete.
Don't you dare. Come at me, bro.
Our forces are under attack.
I'm stuck inside my head, yeah, the pressure's building up. Trying to play the game, but my hands
He
feel like
builds
a
up.
see a probe on the screen like a shadow in the night. Dropped a nexus in my face, now I'm caught in the fight. Thought I had control, thought my bill was clean. Now there's 10 buildings in my space, nowhere in between. Every mineral I lose feels like a punch to my pride. It's a war I didn't start, but I'm dying inside. I'm spiraling, thoughts racing, anxiety's tight. Trying to shake this feeling, but it's holding me tight. It's more than the game, it's my mind in the crush. I'm breaking apart from this nexus rush. I can't breathe, I can't think. It's a storm inside making me sink. All these doubts flood in my brain, and the nexus is driving me insane. Nexus rush, it's a mental attack. Got me second guessing every step I take back. Can't focus, can't breathe, I'm losing my touch. This ain't just a game, it's a nexus rush. Nexus rush. I'm hitting keys like I'm trapped in a cage, but the clock's ticking loud and I'm filled with rage. Can't shake the feeling, can't break the chain. That building's a virus infecting my brain. Every click is heavy, every move is doubt. Trying to fight back, but my mind's blacked out. I'm caught in this spiral, no way to hush. Every lost battle started with the nexus rush. I can't breathe, I can't think. It's a storm inside making me sink. All these doubts flood in my brain, and the nexus is driving me insane. Nexus rush, it's a mental attack. Got me second guessing every step I take back. Can't focus, can't breathe, I'm losing my touch. This ain't just a game, it's a nexus rush.
Wrong button.
cracks are wide. Mine's a battlefield, nowhere to hide. The clock's ticking louder, the pressure's too much. I'm drowning inside this Nexus rush. They say it's cheap, they say it's a joke, but you don't feel the weight when your dreams get broke. It's not just a game, it's a war in my head. That Nexus landed and now I'm hanging by a thread. Nexus rush is a mental attack. Got me second guessing every step I take back. Can't focus, can't breathe, I'm losing my touch. This ain't just a game, it's a Nexus rush. Nexus rush. Maybe someday.
Yeah. Okay.
Awaiting directive.
Mineral field depleted.
Heartbeat sinking low. And I'm in between. They don't know how it feels in my chest. When the first worker starts his quest. That quiet beginning before the storm. Where something inside of me is reborn. They just see a game on a desk. They don't see the weight in my breath. How every map is a mirror to me, showing who I choose to be. I could have picked an easier road, played it safe, carry the load.
I gotta get enough. Oh, let's get drops. Tease. Almost getting there.
Mineral field depleted.
I need 2 to kill them, so. Alright, let's get these guys. Let's scare them. Well, let's get it. Scare them with that slow overlord speed, you know? Won't see him coming. Okay.
They call it crazy, they call it wrong. But chaos is the way I
Mineral field
Almost.
It's a piece of me wanting more. Not just let a poison climb, but mean it in the grind when the Nexus falls too fast. All the all-in doesn't last. I don't feel defeat, I feel my heartbeat. They can laugh, they can flame, say I'm throwing every game, but
Let's get roach speed too.
I love you more than perfect when
Alright, now we could do it. Probably, was it 40? He's gonna be worried about the top. Let's go check the bottom.
and the crowds all drift away. I still
Mineral
remember how
field
it felt.
depleted.
Nights I
Oh, you know what I could do? Probably drop some in there after a while, hide them. You know? And the shuffle. You burrow them under and then have them try to find it.
Process complete. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field. Let's see, guys are exhausted.
Act like I lost some, but you know, slowly see if he caught in. Maybe we'll kill him right now.
Florence showing the base, but I go bottom till I go
Forces are under attack.
click, click, slide on.
Bam. Oh shit.
They call it madness, I call it vision. Every click of every precision. I'm grinding late, I'm on a mission. Bottom of hope, no top position, yeah. Bottom of hope till I flow. Every frame I own, I roll, yeah. They say quit, I say not today. I twist the ladder my own way.
I'll be right back. Let me go get some water.
I'm at the bottom, but I won't break. Every ladder fall, I elevate. Hands up, blur, mind wide open. They push me down, I push to stay. I'm at the bottom, but I won't break. Don't last long, but I levitate. Frame by frame, I dominate. Firm as you moves, recalibrate. They think I'm done, I'm just hitting. Every loss is a check, yeah. Yeah, I'm winning. Click, clack, stack the APM. I made that ladder bend again. Mental ground, heartbeat pounding. Every safe move, I'm astounding. I don't just survive, I down. Bottom of hope, I hold the ground, yeah. I'm at the bottom, but I won't break. Every ladder fall, I elevate. Hands are blurred, mind wide open.
I gotta eat real quick and then I'll be back. So we'll come back to it. We'll do continuation after I come back. Just eat this. Take like 15 minutes, so give me like 30 minutes and I'll be back. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Peace.